mark the first rates here and then we'll do the talking. The wall is telling me that it's a measurable gap down start for the market. It is not something which could be called as scary. It is not something which could be called as really very, pent up. We are going through what could be called as a bad start because of global cues. Now let's start looking at IndusInd Bank, and there you go. I think no prizes for guessing where the stock is, and it may go even lower further after 5 minutes when the circuit will open. Then you go to look at oil marketing stocks, little bit here, little bit there. Let's see where those stocks are adjusting, because those stocks have to in a sense adjust right now. IOC, BPCL, because crude is down and subsidy has not come out, so the reaction is not very large, so to speak. But where is the selling coming from? I mean, it's very brutal in case of mid and small cap stocks, because the breadth now is completely dented and completely perforated. So the breadth is down, markets are down, and IndusInd Bank has literally gone to the cleaners.
All right, let's also look at some of the newsmakers then. A bit of an index rebalancing, believe that's at play. Firstly, IndusInd Bank down about 10%, but on the other side, it's ICICI Bank as well as Axis Bank seem to be supporting the banking index. Other than that, let's watch out for Syngene, because they have made an investment, a small investment rather, in the US facility of Syngene USA. A bit of a jump up there. Other than that, Hindustan Zinc is also in focus. And let's watch out for NTPC, as NTPC Group plans to invest 96,000 crores in Chhattisgarh. That stock is also mildly holding in the red. BEL, that company has been receiving orders, and yet again an 843 crore rupees of order coming to BEL, and that stock is in focus. But with the markets down about 1%, but off late the stock has been on the up move. The broader indices are having sharper declines when it comes to comparison with the benchmark indices, but believe that just a handful of counters that are holding on to the shade of green when it comes to Nifty 50 gainers. And within the broader end of the market, it's select pharma companies that are holding up well. Stocks like Laurus Lab, almost 1% gain coming in there. And within the healthcare space, Max Healthcare is also holding up with a 0.5% gain. Tata Communications is actually one of the top gainers in the F&O space right now, holding on to more than 2% gain as we speak. And even Paytm, that stock is now surged to 2% in trade right now. What's not doing well? Let's have a look at that. Other than IndusInd Bank, it's Bandhan Bank, RBL Bank. They too are having sharper cuts of 2.5% to 3% right now. And definitely taking cues from the tech-heavy Nasdaq, it's Infosys, Wipro, TechM. They all are down in trade as we speak. But Kunal, help us with your take on the benchmark indices. Because yes, of course, it's IndusInd Bank that is down in trade, and Nifty Bank is just 200 points of cut as we speak right now. What do you make out of it? That 48,000 mark, will we be able to defend that?
Well, very difficult to say that in the first 5-7 minutes of the trade. But then, what I like is the texture of the mid caps and few large cap names which are trying to balance out the index moves. So which means that we could be looking at a point where the index should get into a intraday recovery. Now, whether the recovery lasts or not, that's something which we need to see. In terms of the opening trade, I would look at Avenue Supermarts. That's a chart which over the last 3 or 4 days has been holding up pretty well. Almost a 200-point recovery in the last 3-4 days. Still looks attractive at 35,600.
All right, that's the first rate coming in from Kunal, a buy coming in on Avenue Supermarts. But Naresh, what about you?
Be defensive, looking for a bounce on power grid from current levels. That would be a buy on dips.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.